Alright, so we have learned how to play major and minor bar chords. Two different forms. We've learned the E form from the 6th string. We've learned the A form from the 5th string. Now I'm going to go through the 3 different kinds of 7th chords. Got the major 7, got the dominant 7, and the minor 7 for each one. So we got the major, minor, and dominant for this one. I'm going to show you how to play each one. Alright, so let's take a look at these up close. Let's do the E form. We'll do the major 7 first. Okay? So in a major 7 chord, what you have is you have the 7th note of the scale. So that's 1/2 step down from the root. Well, I suppose you could try to do that here, but then you're kind of lose your bar. So the root is right there also. Okay. So the root's there, and that's the same note, but just an octave up. So instead of playing this note in the chord, it's right here, I need to drop that back to this note. Okay, so the chord form becomes this. I'll run you through it. Okay, so here's the bar. Then you're going to put your pinky finger right there. That's the 5th. And then you're going to put your middle finger actually on, I am on the 4th fret. This is the 4th string, 4th fret. We have our pinky finger right there. And then my ring finger is right behind it on the 4th fret in its normal position there. Okay. You can see that. So it's root, 5th, major 7, the middle finger, and then the rest of the chord, the rest of the notes barred. It's not my favorite major 7. I much prefer this one. Okay. But to do the bar chord way, you do it like this. Alright, the minor 7. So the minor 7, you have to start with a minor chord, here like this. But then I need to drop this note right here. That's my root. My root's here. It's my root also. So to get the 7th, I need to play that note, because it's a whole step below the root in the minor scale. So to drop that back, all I have to do is just pick up my finger. So I'm only playing the bar and then the 5th fret on the 5th string here. So I'm on the, there it is. That's the end of my guitar. Okay. So I like to play it with my pinky usually when I'm playing it. Okay, that's the minor 7. All right, now the dominant 7. The dominant 7 is actually a major chord with a 7th that's flatted. So instead of being the major 7, I need to now drop this note right here. On major 7, I need to drop it back one. Okay, so the 5th chord in any scale, so let's say that this was the, let's say this is the C major scale. Okay, the 5th chord, which would be C, D, E, F, G major. If I want to play the 7, it actually has a flatted 7th because, okay, in the C major scale, I'm playing that note, not this one. Okay, it's not. It's called the Lydian mode. Majors like that. The 4th tone is there. Okay, so to play the 7th of this chord, I can't play this, because then I'm playing a note outside the scale. So what I need to do is I need to drop it back a whole step. And that gives me this. There's my lovely tritone, by the way. Okay, so the way that you do that, all I do is I just pick up my pinky finger. And then the note is barred back here. Okay, so I'm playing the bar, index there. Middle, that'd be the 4th fret on the 3rd string. And then like that. I usually play it this way. Once in a while I'll put my pinky down instead, but I usually use the ring finger. Okay, so we have the major 7, the minor 7, and the dominant 7 bar chords. All right, the A form. So this would be a C major chord. Okay. So to play the major 7 on that, my root is there. So here's the C. There's my root an octave up. So remember, with the major 7, and you drop that back a half step to this note. So it's going to look, instead of like this, it's going to look like this. You can hear that 7th tone. Yeah. I kind of like the sound of this major 7 form. Sometimes I'll just go like this. Just play those 3. To play the bar chord, you do this. Okay, let me go through it. All right, so we're playing our bar. We are on the 5th string bar chord. So remember, I'm muting this string with my index finger. Then I'm going to play the 5th fret of the 4th string with my ring finger. Then I'm going to play that 7th with my middle finger. So that's the 4th fret on the 3rd string. And then I'm going to play my 5th fret, the 2nd string, with my pinky right there. Just like that. Okay. So then we have to play the minor 7. So here's the minor A form. Okay, so now I need to drop my root, which is played by my pinky right now, and drop that back a whole step. So I need to get that note in there somehow. Well, it's in my bar, so all I have to do is pick it up. It's actually the same shape as the 6th string dominant 7, but it's a minor 7. The reason being is because this string right here is tuned 1/2 step below the rest of these. So what I mean is, like, this is a 4th, a 4th, 4th, and then all of a sudden we have this one, which is tuned differently, and it's tuned a 3rd, and it's down a 1/2 step. Okay, so that's why the chord forms are a little bit different. So here's my minor 7, C minor 7. So there's my root, the C. Then I'm on the 5th fret of the 4th string with my ring finger. The next note is part of the bar. And then on the 2nd string, on the 4th fret, with my middle finger. And the top string is part of the bar again. You kind of can't see that underneath the, it's right there. Okay, so that's minor 7. This is C minor 7. Sometimes I play it like this. So I'm just playing the... Instead of... I'm just going... You see, a lot of like funk and jazz players will play a minor 7 like that. Okay, the dominant 7th on this one, if that's our major form, and this is our root right here, we need to drop this back a whole step to there. Okay, so all we have to do is, because that note is part of our bar, all I gotta do is just pick up this finger. I usually play it like this, or actually like this. Okay, so I'll run you through that one. Index finger here, the bar. 5th fret, 4th string with my ring finger. My dominant 7, my flat 7 here. And then I've got my pinky finger right there on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. You can really hear that tritone resolve. You want to hear this chord, don't you? Yeah, you do. Watch. When I play this chord and stop, you want to hear this, don't you? Yes, you do. Okay, so we have the major 7, the minor 7, and the dominant 7 of this chord form. Very cool. On this one, we have our major 7, our minor 7, and our dominant 7. Very cool. Now, just like the other bar chords, you can move these all around. So if I wanted to play C sharp dominant 7, I could go here to my C sharp, play the form, and there it is. Okay, I don't even need to know what the other notes are. It's good to know what the other notes are, but you don't really need to. You only need to know the notes on your 5th string and on your 6th string. That's why these bar chords tend to be so popular, is because you don't really need to know what you're doing. As long as you know the form, you know the rest of the notes. So you don't have to think like, oh, let's see, the root, the 5th, the 3rd, the 7th, the flat 7. Oh my goodness gracious, how am I supposed to play this thing? You learn the form, you find the root note, you play that form, you've got the chord. It's the beauty of these bar chords. Okay. If I wanted to play, for example, A major 7, I could do it here.